everyone, in this video we're gonna talk about Conic section parabola. Now, before we begin, take a minute to hit the subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification button. So, parabola. So, what is parabola? So, parabola is the set of all points equidistant from a fixed line called the directrix and a fixed point called the focus. So, here is the example of a parabola. So, we can see the vertex, the focus, and the directrix. So, what is vertex? So, vertex is a halfway between a point called the focus and the line called the directrix. So, vertex is a point between the focus and the directrix. So, what is focus? So, focus is a point and is always inside the parabola. Directrix, so directrix is a line and is always outside the parabola. So, there are two forms of standard equation for the parabola. So, the first equation is the quantity of y minus k squared equals 4p, the quantity of x minus h. So, if p is negative, so the parabola opens to the left. If p is positive, so the parabola opens to the right. So, the vertex is at h and k, and the p is the distance from vertex to focus. So, the second equation is the quantity of x minus h squared equals 4p, the quantity of y minus k. So, if p is negative, so the parabola opens down. If p is positive, so the parabola opens up. So, the vertex is at h and k, then the p is the distance from vertex to focus. So, we have an example. So, the first example is x squared minus 2x minus 6y minus 5 equals to 0. So, x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, we need to factor the 2. So, it becomes x squared minus 2x plus 1 minus 1 minus 6y minus 5 equals to 0. So, after that, so we need to substitute. So, x squared minus 2x plus 1 equals, so the negative 6y will become 6y. Then, we need to subtract negative 1 by the negative 5. So, it becomes negative 6. So, 6y minus 6. So, we need to factor x squared minus 2x plus 1. So, it becomes x minus 1 squared equals factor 6y minus 6. So, it becomes 6 times y plus 1. So, we can now see our vertex, which is the h is 1 and the k is negative 1. So, now to find the p, so we have 2p equals to 6. So, p over 2 equals 3 halves, which is our p. Then, to find the focus, so we need to have the value of h and the sum of the k and the p. So, the value of h is 1. Then, the sum of the k and the p is negative 1 plus 3 half equals to 1 half. So, our focus is 1 and 1 half. So, to find the derivative, so we need to subtract the k and the p. So, the value of k is negative 1. Then, subtract minus by the p, which is the 3 halves. Then, our directrix is y equals to negative 5 halves. So, now, this is the graph of the example. So, we can now see the vertex, which is the h is the 1 and the k is negative 1. Then, the f, which is 1 and 1 half. So, our directrix is negative 5 halves. So, that's all for this lesson. So,